Hello, my name is Ciso. Today, I'm going to discuss a very touchy subject. And it's something that, for some reason, other Allan Kardec spiritists, those spiritists that study the doctrine created by Allan Kardec, have not really spoken much about it. At least, I've searched high and low on the internet, and I haven't been able to find much about it. As a matter of fact, in all of Allan Kardec's works, and it is a massive work, involving 5 books and several years of massive yearly journals. And yet I was not able to find, or I don't recall seeing much about what I'm going to talk about. Now, I can understand the reasoning why maybe this was not written about back in the 1800s. I don't know why Allan Kardec spiritists today haven't spoken much about it. If they have, I haven't seen it. But back then, people and readers may have been a bit more prudish during the 1800s when these works were being done. During the 1800s, people may have been a bit more prudish. In other words, they were more easily shocked in those times by reading matters relating to sex or nudity. So therefore, Allan Kardec may have just decided to leave it out for that reason. I thought about doing this because it came to mind that it was not too long ago. We were having a family gathering at the house. There were a lot of people there. And one of my daughter's friends was up in one of the bedrooms on the second floor of the house, and she came down the stairs and she said, "I heard something up there," and I was alone, and there was something making a noise. So I just decided to kind of just joke around with her, and I said, "Oh, well, that was probably some spirits." And she looked at me and said, "You mean ghosts?" I said, "Well, I prefer to call them spirits." She says, "Well, it better not be, because if they were, they could be seeing me when I'm in the shower and I don't have any clothes on." And I looked at her and I said, "Believe me, trust me, they don't care." Now, in a way, I was joking around with her because, as I mentioned in my previous video, the first episode, this is now the second, I don't agree with other followers of the Allan Kardec Spiritist doctrine who believe that spirits are capable of making rapping sounds or making noises or moving objects, because as I mentioned in the previous video, spirits are antimatter. They're non-material, and they don't have a way of interacting in any way physically with the material world. So they can't make a noise. They can't move something. So I had been joking around when I told her, well, that was probably a spirit. But today I am going to discuss if spirits are present during your most private and intimate moments. Are they around observing you when you are romantically engaged with your partner, or when you're in the shower? There are things you may do that is so private that you wouldn't want anyone to ever see it. Ever. Women and young girls, when they have reached a certain age of maturity, will do something every month that no one will ever see during that woman's entire lifetime. During her entire lifetime. Not even their husband, no matter how long they've been married. But are spirits present? Well, the simple answer is yes. But hopefully what I tell you will give you some peace of mind about that. Now, in the Spirits book, in chapter 1, question 87, Kardec asks a spirit the question, do spirits occupy a specific circumscribed region of space? The answer he received was the following. Spirits are everywhere. They populate infinite space in infinite numbers. There are even some who are constantly at your side, observing and acting upon you without your being aware of it. However, this is what you should know. Spirits, for the most part, reside in a blissful world. Overjoyed. They are overjoyed to have unloaded the weight of flesh and matter from their existence. They are glad that they no longer have those same needs that humans have, or desires, really. They are glad to be rid of it. Anything, and I mean anything they see you do, anything that you consider extremely personal and private, things you would not want anyone to see, are things that spirits are so immune to that they have zero interest in it. Zero. Remember that spirits currently in the spirit world, or the invisible world, have been around for as long as humans have, or longer. Science tells us that humans have resided on Earth for over 300,000 years. 300,000 years. Keep that number in mind. And possibly these same spirits have been incarnated in other worlds of the universe that have existed even longer. This is how long spirits have been watching your private moments. It's not that they have little interest in your private moments. By now they have zero interest. Zero. Here in the Spirits book in chapter 1, going back to question 78. Did spirits have a beginning, or have they existed from all eternity like God? Allan Kardec asked the question. And the spirit answers, if spirits had no beginning, they would be equal to God. On the contrary, they are God's creation and subject to the divine will. God has existed from all eternity, that is incontestable. But we know nothing as to when and how we spirits were created. You could say that we had no beginning if you mean that since God is eternal, then God must have always and unceasingly created spirits. Nevertheless, when and how each of us was created individually, I will repeat, no one knows. It is a mystery. But have no doubt, my friends, spirits have been around a long time. So, regardless of who the spirit is, a friend that passed away, a friend of yours, a member of your family, the grandma, or anyone else, to them, watching you do the most private things you can do is like you at a McDonald's watching someone at the next table eating a hamburger. Or it's like you sitting in the waiting room of a doctor's office and the person seated across from you is scrolling through their cell phone, scrolling their Facebook or something on their cell phone. I mean, this is how spirits see us during those private moments that you would be terribly embarrassed if it was another human being watching. They see us in what we consider to be intimate moments as common human behavior. Everything you do, it's just regular human behavior to them. Kind of the way that we may see two animals mating. We're not getting a thrill out of that. Well, at least I hope most of us aren't. So do not be bothered by the thought of spirits in the area during those private and intimate moments. If you can keep in mind what I've told you, it really doesn't matter, because spirits really don't care. Thank you for watching this much shorter video than the first video I did. Hopefully, I'll have another one out for you soon. If you are interested in these videos, please subscribe. And if you want to contact me personally, you can do so by sending an email to kardecusa@gmail.com. Thank you and have a blessed day.